Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to the Technology Innovation Hub. So it's going to be the fourth session from Oracle portal for grid infrastructure installation, standalone installation. Right, so we'll continue the installation. Sorry about that. And I think we have been doing that Oracle ASM this, right? You may remember in the last session we had external disk, we created a disk and we added this to the storage using virtual box, and we created partitions and we added it to the Oracle ASM as well, right? So now we have the block devices created on Oracle ASM. Let me share the screen. So this is where we are at the moment. That is on the Oracle ASM command. So we have three disks available. Still, I mean, as block devices we have, right? So that is what we did. There's no file system at the moment. Three partitions created, and Oracle, via ASM, it is initiated that block devices for Oracle ASM. That is what it is at the moment. So then the infrastructure need to be configured on it. After that, these groups need to be created, right? Let's see, right? So we'll be using a CRS1 for grid infrastructure, right, to create the file system index. So the CRS file system, custody services, the standalone version of grid as well. So after that, we have to create the ASM disk groups for our database and file. So let's do those things in sequence. So for the time being, now our next step is to install the grid infrastructure. So we will follow the document. Now we are here. So as for the document, what we have to do, we need to prepare the batch profile, right? So we need to switch to a grid. I think I'm already on the grid. Yeah. So let's VI. Yeah, I'm not in home, I guess, right? Yeah, I'm in grid home. So I'm going to say VI. I want to go to home. Yep, I'm using tilde slash dot bash underscore profile. I have added the content actually. Originally, you will get only this, right? So rest of the things I have given in the document. So what we have to do very simple is have to copy and paste this part, right? Just copy and paste. So I have done it. So my ASM SID, or I mean ASM instance, we are going to have a ASM instance. Other than database instance, there will be ASM instance. So the ASM instance name is plus ASM. So I have given that, and Oracle base, that's the grid base, right? Is this. For grid software, the base will be U01 app Oracle. And we have the home, U01 app grid 12 point product 12.2. That will be the grid home, right? So this is the base, this is the home. Okay, right. Yeah. Yes. Export Oracle home has gone to here. That doesn't matter. It's okay. It will take as a second, and the semicolon is there. No, this is no need for this one because this is for the X terminal. I mean, to get that GUI pop up, right? I have explained it in, while configuring the databases in one of the previous videos. That's okay. We don't need to have this one. That's why I have commented here. So other things are you normal things: Java home, Oracle. To bin and path, local use bin is okay, right? So export path, that's fine. So you know most of the settings you know because we have explained these things in previous videos. Right. So copy that one. Right. So that is done. Then after that, we can go to step 11. Right. Download the grid 12.2 from eDelivery. Yeah. Now this is a little bit of old software 12.2, right? So therefore, if you go to Oracle, we can do it on a Windows because the Oracle sometimes the download software is incompatible with Linux. So therefore, you can go for Oracle. So if you just type on the Google, you can say 12.2 grid download, right? Grid download. If you just type that one, it will take you to the software downloads. But there, what you get is a 19C. Right? Here you can see what you get 19C. And it says Oracle also provide all supported database releases software and all platforms in Oracle eDelivery. Yes, we can go to eDelivery because grid at the moment we don't have here in this normal Oracle download path or the previous known as Oracle Technology Network download path we don't have. Grid infrastructure, I went to that database download, but grid infrastructure also same. Right? We don't have it on that place. That's documentation, right? So 12.2 grid infrastructure download. Yeah, so we don't have it anyway. So without wasting time, let's say what we can do. Right away, we can go for e-delivery. You can go to e-delivery and do your login, same login as for the Oracle login, right? I can sign in there. Yeah, here what we can do, just type, if you just type grid, it will come like this, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, enterprise manager grid control, Oracle database grid, not enterprise manager grid, that is a cloud control. You have to take the database grids infrastructure. This is the thing, right? Database grid infrastructure. So here we go, we have the 12.2. This is what we want, not 1890. We want 12.2 because we are setting up 12.2. Don't get 12.1 as well, right? So we need 12.2. Right? 12.1.2 there, 12.1 not 2 there. No, we need 12.2. We are going ahead with that. We can't be go for so down level like that, right? Yeah, if you click here, sorry. Right, so you can continue, and what you can do, you can set the platform Linux x86, right? 64-bit. So this is what you get, right? It's a zip file, only one zip file, around 2.7. Accept the license agreement. 2.7 G, 2.8. So yeah, 2.8 gig. So this is what. So you can click download right away. So you'll get downloaded, right? Okay. So I have already downloaded this. So I'm going to minimize this one. And I think I have the software here. The D drive. So Oracle software, I think I have 12.0 grid Linux. So this is the file, zip file v8 40012 -01, comes to 22.8 GB, right? So I think you know these things now. We have set up the guest editions and all. You know how to share it to Windows, how to share it to Linux, right? So very simple. You open your shared directory, right? I have the shared directory already, so you can copy it, right? I think 12.2. So this is the same folder or SW which I show you in Windows. This one, right? Copy that one. Right? So when you copy, I think either you can copy to or grid home, but the best practice is you can copy to grid Oracle home directory. That will be the best practice, right? So what I am telling is, if you can copy here, it will be easy for you, right? Command, and you can go for U01 app grid product 12.2 grid home, this place. I have copied it to here, right? But I have done a different method. That's it. It's okay. Copying it here will be easy, and that's the best practice, right? Because I think I have given the details of something called Oracle Gold Image concept, GI, right? Gold Images concept, right? So they are following the same method. So with that, the installations are much easier, just to unzip the setup and it will do only the configuration after that. So it will be much quicker, right? So that's the same thing I was explaining sometime, I think first or second video of this particular grid series. You may remember this one, this particular document, right? And this one, you may remember this one, right? This document on Oracle documentation, it says about image-based Oracle grid infrastructure installation. Right, so don't get confused here. This image means not the Docker images, right? So I think I also mentioned initially we are not using the image-based installation, but that is what I mean by there. It's a Docker image-based installation. So I mean, you can Dockerize Oracle software now. They give that one as well, right? You can Dockerize, then you can go for wagon-based installation for automation. So these all are given by Oracle. But here, what I mean by image-based is the golden image concept, right? So that's what they are telling here. To install grid infrastructure, create a new grid home with the necessary user group permissions, and then extract the image into the newly created grid home. That is what. So that is what you have to do. So it's always better to copy to the grid home, right? Not grid OS level home, grid Oracle home, right? Okay. So I think grid Oracle home means this part. We are setting it on the bash, this one, right? Oracle home, this one. Then you can unzip it there. That's the thing, right? So in the document, what I have explained is this method: download grid delivery, copy it to the home folder. That is grid home folder of the grid user in the guest OS. That is, I have given the OS home. That's okay. That method also fine. Then change the permission. Yeah, if you are doing it under root, you have to change the permission of the zip file. Then unzip it to the grid home. You can do it, no, doesn't matter. You can copy it to the home, and from there you can give the directory, no, same thing. That's okay. And you can, once the permission is given, you can switch to grid, and you can use this command: unzip the zip file name -t and mention the grid home directory, Oracle home. So this dollar will call the grid home, which is this path, right? It will call this path, Oracle home. So then it will unzip into that folder. It's the same thing, right? Either way is fine. Okay. Right. So I have the software there. It's okay. It takes time, a little bit of time. It takes around 10 minutes to unzip it because the content is large, and 7 to 10 minutes it will take, right? So if I go here, I have the things unzipped, so I'm there, right? So this is, I have the content unzipped, right? Okay, so this is I'm in that form. Grid home, it is unzipped. Okay, right. So then once we do all of those things, the next step will be okay, we can start the installation now. No issues. Right away start the installation. Right. So those are the things to be covered, and yeah, fine. Okay, yes, we will start the installation. So, you know, we need to give the exhaust to get the external for the graphical window to pop up, right? So, what you can do on the root, you can type exhaust, you know these things, right? And root, you can type exhaust, and you can go to switch to grid. I am already in grid, and you can just export the display, right? And what you can do, just call the this one, grid setup. That is what. Yeah, I think I have copied that one, so let me copy that to the document. Okay, let's say run the setup. Okay, right. So then that's what. So let's start the installation. I'm going to press enter. So it will pop up the graphical window. All right. So the option is configure grid infrastructure standalone. Right. That's the second option. We are not going to go for the cluster. Right. We are going standalone. Say next. All right, so the very first thing you need to install the grid infrastructure. So grid infrastructure we are going to install with the SM instance on CRS, right? Cluster ready services. So you may remember we have different disk group for that, right? And just name. Okay, so we have external disk, right? We don't. What's that? We don't have flex grid is a different new feature came in 12, right? So we are not going to use that. We are not going to have high redundancy, no normal redundancy, external, because our disk, you may remember we attached a different disk using storage in a VM. So we have the external disk, right? So when it's come to allocation, it leave it 4 MB, that's the same, leave it default, that's okay. And the discovery path, so that means where are our disks? Our disks are in this path, not in now default path is this. It says dev st, sorry, so that's not our path. Our path is what? Dev oracle asm disk. I show you this one earlier, right? So that is the place we need to change the discovery path and give that. You want to check that one, you can yeah, it will detect automatically. I can show you further like this. So why we are giving that? Because our block devices are in that path, right? You want to find this, right? Let's open up a terminal. I type cd. You can see ls. So this is our disk, right? These are our block devices actually, right? So the block devices. So this is the location we are providing as a discovery path for the installer. Okay. All right. So that is there. So the first one we select only the first disk because that is the CRS. We have 5 GB. Okay. All right. So click next. Yeah. No. Why is this filter driver is not necessary? No. That is untick that one. No. A configuration filter driver. No, that is not necessary. That's a different one. By default, it's not ticked actually. By mistake, and I should have ticked that. Right? Select this option to configure ASM filter driver AFD to simplify configuration and management of the disk devices on Oracle ASM. And that's a different setup. We don't need to touch that one, right? And so next, yeah, I can use the common password. Yes. No enterprise manager grid control, no cloud control, default, ASM admin, SMDB, fine. Yeah, this is our home, our base for grid, right? Base for grid. Now, if you have, now let's say if your software is not unzipped it to this folder, right? This is our home. If your software is not unzipped to that folder, here there will be error, right? So therefore, make sure you unzip it into this home, right? Grid home. That is a must because from 12.2, the installation is on image base, right? Gold image base. Yeah, let the inventory default. Yeah, let's automatically run the scripts, root script. We give the root password so that it will run them automatically. Okay. Checking the prerequisites. Let's see any prerequisites is missing. We have stop is there. Stop is fine. It's a warning and hard limit maximum. These two are fair, right? Package that is cluster verify check. No, that's okay. So what we can do, we will say fix up, right? Fix and check again. Yeah. So what is this? It will give the fix up script, right? Some prerequisites have failed on following nodes. Local node, there's one node no because it's not a cluster no. Installer has generated the fix up script. Run as privilege root, right? So we are run as root. Installer will fix it up. So this the path. the list nodes and privileged user credentials, click OK to proceed, right? Hmm. What is that done? Okay, let's run it, right? Run the 10. TMC. Actions. Setup actions. 2021 6. No. Let's go to 10. And this what's the exact folder? CD is capital grade. Okay. No, it's less than the folder now. 12. This is 12 underscore 4. Okay. Underscore 4 hyphen 16 14. 14. Hyphen 16 hyphen 14. Okay. Right. Then CV 12 to 3. That is okay. The long pixel. That's now fine. Still not. That is not taken. Let's see. Cluster UV and 12 underscore 2 0 1 underscore grid. Yeah, let's change. Run pixel. Run pixel. So I understand this not taken. There are many runs. Many runs. We have run pixel.sh. We have this one, right? So let's. It's not. Tag is not working. Yeah, that's why I'm just checking. Okay, let's put dot slash. All right. Because I think I was doing a mistake. I just want to change the directory now. That's right. So if we just right away say dot slash and continuous path, it will run, right? Okay. So I think you know those things. That's okay. And now it's done. So, but since I think I have run it several times, that's why I have different several directories, right? Okay. Say okay, right? So now top limit stack size. You can ignore this. That's okay. Right? Then fix for that. I don't think that's ignorable. That's okay. Right? So then if you run the fix up again, yeah, I don't think. Yes. Right. So in a different directory now. Let's try it. But I don't think it's only once you need to do the fix up. This is script slash temp setup actions 221. Now it's 16 14. Okay. This time let's do it in this way. I'm in temp, right? Let's say dot slash right away we run it, right? So what we can do, the directory is what read setup actions. 1612, this time it says 16-12_04 -16 -15-14, right? 14 p.m. Yeah, it's the same thing. Let's see. 14 and CV. Okay, good. Yes, run. Yeah, yes. Now you will see that, right? The previous mistake, I say dot slash, this is file, no, so that's fine. I don't think it will fix up. That error will remain. That's okay. You can ignore it. Just ignore it. Ignore it. No, that's not a big issue, right? Ignore it and you can say next. Yes. All right. So let's click install and let's see how it goes. We ignore two ignorable. That's okay. If it is not ignorable, it will say it's a must to fix, right? All right. So let the setup to continue. So you can check the details here and loading, please wait. So now it is starting. It won't take that much of time for this installation. And it's finished, right? You can see the log files and nodes, right? All right, so let it complete. Once it's completed, let's come back with the next session. All right, have a nice day. Right, thanks for watching. If you like the video, you can put a subscribe. Okay, have a nice day. Right, bye bye.